I make mistakes all the time, and I just try to hope that I learn from them so I don't make them again. My name is Patrick Franco. I'm Chief Operating Officer of Foxtons, which is an estate agent in London. In terms of what I do, I'm a bit of a jack of all trades, but I support the business and mainly our agents out in the field who are working in our branches dotted around London. I support them in being as productive as possible, and I look after areas of the business like marketing, public relations, legal and compliance, the launch of new products and services, and our geographic expansion. The other thing that I do is I'm senior sponsor of our LGBTQ plus network. That's really important for us, diversity and inclusion at Foxtons. We have 3 networks. We have Afro Foxtons, Women at Foxtons, and the LGBTQ plus network. And we're really proud as a business in that our employee base, when you look at our internal engagement surveys and the way people self-identify, it broadly mirrors the London census data. So 40% of our business is non-white, 50-50 ratio between men and women, and about 5% of our employees identify as LGBTQ+. I think it's a lot of fun. I mean, when we ask people what it's like to work here, and we do an employee engagement survey every year, that's often a word that comes back: fun, high energy, dynamic, meritocracy. We have a really inclusive business. We need to have an inclusive business for the reason that we need to mirror our customer base. Everybody is involved in property somehow. In London, it's obviously a fundamental need. So it's really important for us that our employees exactly mirror our customers, such that when you walk into a Foxtons branch, you're getting the service that you require from somebody who is representative of what makes London a really dynamic place to live. So for us, there's a clear business case for having a really diverse employee base, and it's also the right thing to do. And we want to hire from all walks of life, hire the best people with the greatest potential, and so we're always investing in our networks here, because we want to make sure that we're finding the next greatest estate agent out there. I make mistakes all the time, and I just try to hope that I learn from them so I don't make them again. But yeah, I agree. If you don't make mistakes, it's highly unlikely that you'll ever have any career progression. I also have never, to tell you the truth, had a set career plan, because you come out of university and without having really worked extensively or been exposed to a wide range of industries, it's not clear what you want to do necessarily. Some people know what they want to do. They want to be a doctor or a lawyer, but I didn't. And I always sort of approach things less around maybe a specific industry and more around what can I learn from this job, or what skill set can I pick up from this job that will help me along the way in the future. If you really have a dream company, I find that if you do your homework and research about that company, and then do a little bit of digging about who the right person is at that company to write to, if you write a really thoughtful letter to a member of senior management in that company, explaining why you admire that company or that person, or why you're interested in a certain job in that company, and you do it in a way that is polite and considered, and not just sort of attaching your CV, that you will get a response, because it happens so infrequently. So this is not the kind of message that you just sort of randomly send to somebody on LinkedIn, but it would be more of like a carefully written letter where you may attach your CV and simply ask for a coffee for a bit of career advice as opposed to an actual job. And in an ideal world, you would find that senior manager's email address, and it's pretty easy to find people's contact details now, either on the company website or just by Googling. And so you would send that email electronically, obviously, and then if you can, it would be ideal to print it out as well, because then it will normally end up on their desk, and their executive assistant will not know necessarily what to do with it. So chances are it will go straight to that person. And when I was starting off, I did that based off of a wish list of businesses that I always wanted to work for. And I got some really good exploratory interviews and a job offer off the back of that approach. So it may not work every time, but it's definitely worth a shot, I think, if you have a dream company that you want to work for.